there's a desire and passion to teach. Like you guys, that's why you're here. Like you want to teach. There's a fire inside of you that you need to tap into in order to stand for what you want. Because what you guys are talking about, it is just not easy to get. Or else you would have how many people here lined up? There's 7 of you lined up. 7 of you who are willing to spend 24 hours, 30 hours in the next 2 days to discover more about yourself. Production is gonna be very important in the conversation because we can have all kind of inner work and you guys can have like all kind of fucking transformation and that's great. But if you're not producing, you'll come back again feeling how you're feeling right now. The truth is there is a lack of impact right now in this group. There is a lack of production. There's a lack of security. There's a lack of teaching. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just not to the potentials that you want it.
I want you to think about the lighthouse that we talked about. Light is love. Light is also truth. And so what I would like you to consider is that all of your jobs are to become light. This is why you guys are here with me right now, because we think there's something calling us to become a fucking lighthouse, a beacon of light, a beacon of truth, a beacon of love. So that is the mission.
No matter how great you are at what you do, how much ego you have, fuck all that. Your current way of thinking has brought you in a fucking parking lot. But if you do exactly what you've done here, it is gonna fucking work. And all you gotta do is just stay behind it. Our expectation is that we get immediate results. Our expectation should be progress.
Have to make a plan. The worst thing you can do is decide when it happens to just figure it out. Saying you have an energy to you that repels fucking predators, because predators look for prey. Now, guess what happens in the business world? Same fucking thing. Point is like this event is not built to be an event where you need to come back every fucking year.
Your ego wants this, but the motherfucker doesn't want to do the work. So right now, you have to think differently. And I'm gonna open your eyes to this. As you can see, this is not really a business training, although it is. But it's more about the business of you first, and then what can actually be manifested in this world as a business. Make sense? You're gonna go to a roller coaster of emotions, and that is required. The feelings are required to drive. And since you guys talked about your feelings, and all your feelings has to do with impact, freedom, production, teaching. In teaching, there's a lot of feeling. If you don't care for what you teach, what happens, man? Ever met a teacher that doesn't care for what they teach? You don't feel the passion behind it. Are they gonna really be interested about you? They're really interested about, absolutely interested about what they have to say. There's a weight of this why. You don't have it, right? You want what you said you want, but you don't have it right now. What is the weight of it in your life? The fact that you've served your family 15 years, that you want to teach and you want to do something finally for yourself so you can impact. How is this weighting on you today? Because if it doesn't have any weight, then it's truly not a why. And if you feel like when you walked around and you couldn't feel the weight, then we should talk about your why again, because your why has to be heavy on you right now. Why? Because if it's heavy, it matters. We're gonna fight for your why. That's what we do. We're fighters. We take people's why and we go to fucking war and we fight for them. We're gonna match this 2 days of our lives with your lives. We're gonna fight for it. But this is not gonna matter if you don't want it more than we want it. You have to want it more. You have to want it more.
Now, remember, the frame of this training is that we're becoming killers. We're good people that can fucking become killers if we want to. Everybody has good and bad in them, and the most dangerous person in the room is the person who controls their good and their bad, their evil and their light. What we don't want to do is suppress our evil. And we also don't want to suppress our light, because then evil takes over, then we become bad people. There's a difference. There's no balance, but there's a harmony. We want the evil and the light to work together. So when I do shit, I am always thinking, how can I do this in the most aggressive way possible while still showing kindness? So the idea is that we are here to learn how to fight. So when someone comes up to you and they're doing this shit to you, you think in your head, okay, I could take you out, motherfucker, but I'm not going to. That's a great feeling compared to what the fuck do I do? See the difference?
You have a punch and a punch. So you have 2 strikes, 1, 2, right to the center of the pad.
There is a story that is holding you back. And this morning you have a chance to write that down on the last page of this journal. Now, listen, this story could be directly related to production, right? Something specifically in business, but it most probably has something to do with your personality, your character, your life, or you know, relationship, something that's holding you back, right? It is something that is literally occupying real estate in your mind, and you think about it often. And even if you think you don't think about it often, it still sits there, and it occupies, and it gets signals. It sends signals, such as, man, you're not enough. This is not worth it. This is not you. Like, you can't. All kind of dialogue that translates into inaction, right? So I don't know what it says. I just don't know what it says. But all I know is that it does a job, and that is it keeps you in this box. And whenever you get a puzzle in front of you that says 5 plus 5 plus 5s equal this amount, and then you have to figure it out, it just gets you stuck in the old way of thinking. So you have an opportunity to go deep and figure it out. Maybe you already know. What you're doing, there's an act here that takes place, is that you actually put it out in the universe and then you burn it into ashes. And that begins something in your life. Don't think that this is a small act. So the deeper you go on this for you, the better it is for you. Now I can force you to go in places that you may not want to go this morning. But there's a price that comes with that. Because if you don't do this work right here, then guess what? Your kids indirectly are going to inherit the story. It's inheritance by silence. So you got a kid right now, right? New kid, completely innocent, born, right? It comes into a beautiful playground. And if you have some shit in your past, why would you put those shit in the same playground that your kid is playing? He didn't do anything. Completely innocent, bro. You have a chance this morning, right? To say, okay, my kid is gonna play in this playground, and I'm not gonna put none of my shit in there. Most of us think that, oh, just because we don't talk about it, they don't know about our shit. They know energetically about it. It affects their certainty, confidence. Your daughter's young, man, right? You don't want her to have the mentality of, hey, I gotta work fucking 12 hours. All we're doing is we go as a circle, as a ceremony, so that it means something. So that if we burn something in your life and those flame help burning her story, this means something. It means that we're connected. It means that you're here. It means that impact matters. It means that teaching matters. It means that this kind of work matters. As you can see, the wind is blowing these ashes away outside of the box, outside of the parking lot. Let it go, right? Don't recall it. It is not serving you. Just remember that you've done something important for you this morning, and you got rid of a chapter that is no longer serving you.
So everything we've been working on, consider it, we're working on understanding the pain of where our clients are and the gifts that they could receive if they go through your program, framework, whatever you want to call it. That's it. That is all marketing is. So try not to overcomplicate marketing. Find people's pain, find out what they need and want and desire, and then figure out a way to tell them. Now, there's a lot of tactical shit like funnels and ads and social media and all that stuff. And I'm gonna do my best to really just simplify that as much as possible. There's this flow of data running through, like imagine this table, there's just this highway of data going. And now we just have to like plug our message into it to extract the data and put it in the right place. But my goal today is to teach you a skill set that you can plug into anything. By the way, a funnel, an ad, emails, websites, these are tools. They're tactics. It's not marketing. They're just tools. They might change tomorrow. So that way, when you leave here, my hope is that you go, oh shit, that was not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, we left here with the funnel that we were hoping to make, which I hope you guys make, and we have time and all that stuff. But really, I want you going, oh shit, I can plug anything into this. But what's more important than the funnel is this part, understanding the pain. So you can have the best funnel in the world and make no money. And you can have a shitty funnel and make a ton of money. Why? Message. So the differences between a good performing funnel and a poor performing funnel is the message. What I'm trying to say is don't get hung up on, fuck, I don't have a camera, my lighting's not that great, I don't have a good space to do it. Like, don't get hung up with that shit. That's a story, that's bullshit. What's more important is the message. The point is like, you don't have to be crazy to do this stuff. As long as you have the message down, you're solid. And then what's really cool is that the message translates to sales. What's the single outcome of a funnel? What's that? Money. And then what's the slash? What goes here? Contribution. Because none of you guys here are just money hungry. Everybody here wants to help. So remember, but can you help if they don't give you the permission to help them? You can maybe start a conversation with somebody, they can maybe read your book, or they can like watch a video, but is their life gonna change from that? Typically someone's life changes when they exchange money with you to actually help them, because that's a commitment. So we need a commitment of money, which helps us and our families and all the stuff we wanna do, so we can create contribution.
We're on the beach here, and you're gonna be going on the beach for an hour by yourself. The evolution is simple. You're gonna go on the beach, you're gonna walk on the beach, and it's gonna be a spot where you feel like you're gonna sit down, right, facing the beach. And then you open your journal, and you have basic conversations with God. Now, I don't know where you stand in terms of that relationship, or whatever that means. But what I know and what I do know is that the evolution itself will give you something. You have just 3 questions to ask. That's it. You ask one question and you start looking at the waves coming in. You start observing. Your job is just to listen and observe. One of the waves will have the answer for you. You'll kind of know. It'll just come to you and you start writing it down. The name of the evolution, it says Conversations with God. So you can directly address God and ask him questions. And this could be in form of praise or anger. Maybe you're angry, right? This is an opportunity for you to release that. Maybe you want to ask why, or maybe you want to ask what, or maybe you want to ask how, or whatever it is that you want to ask. What I can tell you is that you have an opportunity to write a new story with whatever answers you're going to receive. Because you've just let go of a big real estate in your mind, and there is availability right now to insert a new one.
Think about what you're doing right now as building your lighthouses. Try to remember holding the light, like that's our cause, to hold the light. And when the waves come, it's gonna suck, it's gonna be scary as fuck. What do? Hold the light.